What's up, friends? I am so excited that you are here. In today's video, we are going to be doing our 2021 vision board and my Makselife 2021 planner. So grab your planner, grab a piece of paper, whatever you need, and let's do our vision board together. Hi, my name is Darian and welcome to DarianPlans. On this channel, I share some of my favorite planning and organizational tools, tricks, and tips, and some friends as well to help us organize our life and our heart together. So if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you do not miss out on future guests and future videos. Let me also throw out here's another disclaimer. I just want to get this all out of the way before we dive in, that there is like 6 parts to the Makselife goal setting. You have your compass assessment, and then you have your intentions, and then you do your yearly goals, and then you do your vision, and then you have the monthly reflections and quarterly compass assessments. That's pretty much the 5 parts to the Makselife system. However, today, y'all, forget the system. I was even talking to Sierra, the founder of Makselife, about this, and I was just telling her, like, I don't want to set my goals. I don't want to do the compass assessment. I have a vision and I have a picture of how I want this year to be, and I want to start there. And she was like, of course. She was like, go where the energy is. If you're excited about that vision, then you start there. And I'm giving you permission that you do not have to do step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 when it comes particularly to the Makselife system. Go where the energy is and go where you're excited about. For me, my process is probably going to be vision, my intentions, which are kind of very similar. They go really hand in hand for me. And then I'll do my compass assessment, and then I'll set my goals. And honestly, I usually don't set my goals, like the actual things I want to do, until the end of the month. But for right now, I just want to focus on who do I want to be, and that big picture, and how I want the year to look to be, and how do I want to be as a wife, sister, a friend, a worker, a co-worker. And so that's really just my thought process. Okay, so this is my new 2021 planner. And like I said, the very first thing that I'm going to do before I even write my name in it, honestly, because I have not done that either, is I'm going to set up my vision board, just because that is the only thing that I have clarity on fully. Honestly, if I'm being honest, I know what I want kind of the vision to be for 2021. And this is just kind of my post-it here, so I know kind of what I'm doing. Before we dive too much into this, I want to show you last year's vision board. Okay, so this is last year's vision board, and like I said before, the way I do vision planning is a lot differently than what maybe you're used to or what you see a lot of people doing. I tend to focus more on who do I want to become versus the things that I want to do, the places I want to go, the sites I want to. It's more so like the person I'm becoming and how I want my heart to be in alignment that year. And so, not saying that they're not like this throughout, like, you know, every year, but just what do I really want to focus on? And so this year, I really wanted to love hard. I really wanted to love my family and my friends and really be there. And I can definitely say that through COVID, it has brought a lot of closeness. Living full, meaning that I wanted to just show up for myself, whether that was through my craft, my artistry, for other people. I wanted to just live full. I didn't want to waste nothing. And so the reason why all these pictures are also very intentional. And so I'm going to, after I go through the words, I'll tell you kind of the meaning behind these pictures a little bit, so you know where I'm going with next year's vision board. Because I definitely want to kind of take some of the same things that I did with this vision board and apply it to 2021, but just with different focuses. Okay, so then the other one was lead well. I wanted to be a leader, specifically within my church and my community. So these are just photos of just those different things. But then laughter, which this is really, really, really funny. And for me, I love when dots connect, and when God just really pressed something on my heart. But laughter, and this verse says, she's clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear, the future for Proverbs 31:21. And that, you guys, let me tell you, this was the one thing that I didn't really understand why I was putting on my vision board, but I put it on there. And I'm going to tell you today, it's really interesting, because this, honestly, this verse right here is what my 2021 vision board is all about. 2020 was honestly all about this verse for me, which is abide in me as I am abiding you, just as the branch is unable to produce fruit by itself unless it remains in the vine, neither can you unless you abide in me. And for me, my word for this year was fruitful. It's like bearing positive results, whether that's in relationships, whether that's in work, whether that's in like my art, my creativity, but it was bearing like positive results. If you're kind of confused what fruitful means. And so that was kind of what I focused on, and it ended up being this beautiful thing, you guys. I mean, just got this whole YouTube community and family and the planner community. Like, who knew that that was going to be the thing that would be blooming and growing this year, even for me. And so the pictures that I picked, I gave you my word and my vision a little bit. The pictures that I picked specifically were family related, a lot of with my friends, and then places. Like, this was at my Memphis show. I did a musical called Memphis, and all my family and friends showed up one night, and that was just such a sweet spot moment for me because I was doing what I love and I had the people I love there with me, and it meant more. Even thinking about it, I get really emotional. And Living Pool, this was actually when I visited Los Angeles, and I had been there before, you know, as a child, but I hadn't, it had been a really long time, but I went back because I had got a really cool audition, and I was there, and like, it's like my whole world, it was like my world even got bigger, and just new dreams were created from just being there, and it was just really, that trip meant so much to me. And so put it with Living Pool, like continue to do the thing that is on my heart to do. I love storytelling and I love acting, whether that's in theater or in film. And so that's why that photo meant so much to me. And then these are like some of my best friends and also my friends right here. And Leading Well, these were just photos taken. We did like, you know, this was Impact, which is an organization me and my husband had poured our hearts into even after we graduated. And this was also like a church event. And so like Leading Well and just not, yeah. So I feel like I talked enough about my previous vision board, and now I want to share with you how I plan on doing my 2021 vision board. So I realized I still needed this a little bit to share with you what I'm doing here. I loved keeping my photos black and white, and I love the watercolor, and I love doing this by hand. It was very, I guess, therapeutic, but also make me just slow down and really just focus and think about this vision. So I'm going to keep the watercolors, and I'm going to keep my photos black and white. Everything else I'm unsure of. It's interesting that I put this first. I'm like blown away that this first was on here, but I'm setting my vision around this right here. And so kind of like how I picked 4 words, the 3 words that I'm going to focus on for this vision board is strength, dignity, and laughter. And I already got my photos printed. This time, when I did this, let me be honest, when I did this one, I literally copied the pictures onto my computer and put them in a Word document and printed them off. That's why none of the pictures are the same size, and just cut it out, which, you know, was like really crafty and special at the time. But I think I'm a little bit more prepared this time. But these are some photos that I have taken. And I honestly, this is what I do. I take my photos throughout the year and I add them to this album, like maybe in November when I start thinking about, just like when, you know, I'm opening myself up to, you know, for me, God speaking to me about like, what do you really want me to cultivate in my heart for the next year? And this verse literally had been popping up since early November. And so that's why I was like, and then I had like this kind of new understanding of what laughter meant to me personally. And it just kind of like blew my mind. And so I just could not stop thinking about it. And I was like, I think that's it for the year. Okay. But anyway, so let me just tell you a little bit about the photos. I used my Canon Ivy, and I like to print my photos black and white, as you can tell. And I like using photos actually of me and of the past, because I think a lot of, again, a vision board is so caught up on like the future and where you got to go and what you want to do, that for me, yeah, it's focused on who I want to be, but kind of not forgetting the past and where I came from and how that affects the future. And so that's why I like using photos in my vision board. I love people who cut out magazines and have nothing against that, but that's not what I want to look back on. I want to see photos of the people and the places that I have already been, and that give me hope for the future and the vision, if that makes sense. So let me just tell you a little about these photos. So this is me, my dad, and all my brothers. I'm the youngest, and so that was really special to me. This was when we were playing card games for my dad's birthday, and that was just one of those very memorable weeks. This is my mom and my aunt. They're literally my best friends. And this is when we went to go see Viola Davis at IU, my old school. And y'all, that night was so powerful. It was so powerful, and seeing her was just a reminder to keep going and staying on track, and the power that storytelling does have, and using our voices and the artistry, and it was just such a phenomenal night. Even as I'm talking about it, I'm trying not to cry, you guys, but like, you know, this year was hard. And I remember doing that early January and still not forgetting it. So I have that because one, it was literally listening to one of my favorite storytellers of all time speak live and in person, and that was just and my family. So that totally plays into what I'm going to talk about with these words here soon. Another photo I have are me and my cousins. Ideally, me and my cousins like to chat every single week, but they're honestly just my more brothers and my little sister, but she's really my cousin. And then this is my community. Most of these women in this photo I met at a retreat, and every month for this year we got together and we talked about our goals. And so I wanted to make sure I included them as well, because community, I mean, you're only as strong as the people around you. I don't know. And then this is also a really good friend of mine, Alicia, and I'm so grateful for her. And I don't know if you guys know this photo, but this photo that I also am including is from a really hard day this year. It was a few days after George Floyd had died, and a lot of you guys have come to know me and have heard about me because of this video. I think it was like 3 or 4 minutes of me literally bearing my heart and soul out to y'all about how you got to keep planning even when things got difficult. And I was honestly fed up, you guys. I feel like I was in a broken place, and it was a really hard day for me. But one thing that was reminded of me is that it took a lot of strength to do that. And I want to make sure I keep that strength, that same strength that I had to, sorry you guys, that same strength that I had to post that video. I want to make sure that I continue that strength into the following year. So that photo is definitely going on the vision board. And then this is just me and my family. It's me and my husband and my brother-in-law and his girlfriend. And again, my family is important to me. These are my people. These are the people that I want to show up for. These are the people I want to make proud. All these people, I want to make them proud. And so they're going on the vision board. And then these are, because these photos are a lot smaller than these photos, I think I can make most of them work. This is me and my planner. Y'all, this planner community has been amazing, and I'm so excited to continue to like just grow and do life with you guys. So this was from you guys know, this is from the National Planner Day, when I took a picture of me and my Makselife, and I love my Makselife. But I think I don't think I'm gonna use this photo. Or I might, I don't know. I like it because I'm kind of just like in the moment and I'm cheesing and it's like bliss. This is me, my mom, and my 2 older cousins, and love them. Again, y'all, family is so important. And I'm very close to like my cousins and my aunts and my uncles. So, and then these photos right here, these are a lot smaller because most of these photos are from 2020 minus this one. Yeah, but all these other photos are from 2020. And this was actually when my cousin went to the Super Bowl, and that was just such a special time for me and my family to show up and be there for him. Okay. And then this photo right here. Okay, so these are not, like I said, from 2020, but they're from before 2020. Kind of forgot what year, losing track of the years. And this was when I was able to be and do a lot of the things that I normally would do that kind of got shut down during this year. This was my last musical, and then this was my first time being an extra in a movie and getting to see the whole movie creating process, because I am a theater girl, but I was so curious about film and have been learning more about film and auditioning for camera versus auditioning in the theatrical standpoint and storytelling in these different elements. And so these two photos are just so important to me, because it's like I don't want to give up on my dream, and so I want to continue to show up for my art, whether that's my classes each week, reading, whatever. I want to continue to show up for it, even if it does not look the way that I want it to, especially this year. And then these are just some of my closest friends and community people, and so that's that. I have my photos, and now you guys, this is okay. So I have another this was the original Delphonics. I have a new one that I keep my pins in, but I keep all of my art supplies and stamps in here. And so I'm going to take out the stamps and the watercolors and all that, so when I do my lettering, so you'll see how I do the watercoloring and my letters, and then come back and kind of like place it all. Okay, so this is what we're working with, y'all. I'm so excited. Okay, friends, I'm so excited. Thank you so much for just being a part of this journey with me and doing this process with me. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what I'm doing, and then I'll tell you the heart behind my vision board and a little bit more about the words that I picked from that particular verse. So I like to get out my watercolors. I got, I think, this koi watercolor set from Amazon, and then the other one I got from Target. You guys, literally, there's no rhyme or reason. Literally, I'm just making strokes. I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to watercoloring. It's never about the product or the picture when it comes to watercoloring. For me, it's all about the process. It's all about the process. It's me taking the time to slow down and just let out whatever I need to let out. Usually I play, my music in the background, whether it's worship, whether it's jazz. I love jazz music, whether it's my favorite Christmas songs, whatever, to help me relax and just enjoy the process. This is what brings me joy. Another way that you can do your letters, and this is what I'm essentially doing. I'm going to watercolor these and then draw out the letters and cut them out. But another way that you can do your letters is you can cut them out from a magazine, you can type them and then print them, or you can just write them. You guys, do whatever works for you. I cannot stress this enough. There is no wrong. There's no right way, there's no wrong way, and there's no perfect way to making your vision board, okay? Make it your own. Do what brings you joy, what's going to give you strength, and what you're going to want to look at, for the rest of the year. And I love that this is going to be a part of my planner, because I use this thing every single day. And so whether you do not need to have a planner to make a vision board, you guys, I used to go to Target, get a poster board, some markers, and put pictures together on Word and print them out and make my vision board. That's how I did it, when I was in high school. So you don't need a planner, you just need to just open yourself up to the vision that is on you. So do that, okay? The next thing that I'm about to do is I'm just going to, after I watercolor this, I like to do like multiple sheets, because one I like to draw the letters on, and then the other one I like to make hearts on. And I don't know if I'm going to use the hearts or not, but this is the first year that I'm adding stamping to my watercoloring. I learned some stamping techniques from Amy Tangerine from the Wild You course, and it was really fun. And I was like, oh, when it comes to my vision board, I know I'm totally going to be adding some things. So again, no form, a method, you guys. I just kind of go with the flow. So I'm just going to make these hearts. I don't know if I'm going to use them or not, but I'll definitely, if they don't go on the vision board, they'll probably go on my intentions page or some part of the prep work that I like to make it pretty. So when it comes to picking out your word, your vision, whatever, let me just tell you, you do not have, for me, I picked a Bible verse because that is what gives me strength. And that is what brings me joy. For you, it might be a quote. It might be something that your parents have said to you, a grandparent has said to you that you never, that you never forgot. it can be anything. For me, like I said, this is what's personal to me. And so the one thing that I love about this verse, which is Proverbs 31 verse 25, which says, she is clothed with strength and dignity and laughs without fear of the future. Thinking about it, it makes me smile and gives me so many goosebumps thinking about someone who laughs without fear of the future. I don't know about you, but when I think about the future, sometimes I get so full of anxiety or stress, or I try to take control of it versus laughing at the future. Just like not being worried about it and knowing that it's all going to be okay. For me, I can laugh at the future because I know who holds my future. And that is what brings, that's where I find my peace and strength at. And so one thing I like to do when I do pick a verse or a quote is I like to pick words from that particular thing that just grabs my heart. And for me, it was strength, dignity, and laughter. I like to get a little bit geeky and look up the definition of the words. So strength means to stand a great force or pressure. It's resistance, it's stability, and even within strength, there's a sense of consistency and discipline, which are totally things that your girl needs to cultivate for the next year. So when I'm thinking about strength, I'm thinking about strength when it comes to continuing to do the work that's ahead of me, whether that's at work, whether that's in my home, whether that is with my own personal growth and development, continuing to have strength in just the everyday, mundane, in the middle, thick of lifeness. Does that make sense? So that is what strength means to me, and that word is just so powerful. There's so powerful, and strength looks differently for all of us, and I love that. And the strength that I had this year to just survive this year, y'all, is the same strength that I want to continue. The strength from my family members, my past, my ancestors, like Jesus, all that strength I want to carry with me in 2021. So that is one of the words. The other word was dignity, which when I think about it, I'm like, dignity. There's like, and what that personally for me means is having the dignity to do things even if everybody else is not, even if everyone else is doing something differently. Dignity means worthy of honor and respect. There's a self-worth that comes with dignity. And for me, it also means moving at my own pace and not what the world or others are telling me to do. When I have dignity, I'm not caught up in comparison. I'm not caught up in competition. I'm not caught up in trying to control anything. It's staying true to myself. And so that is what I think of when I'm looking at this particular word, and carrying myself with that and knowing that I can take pride in all the facets of who I am, my quirkiness, my bubbliness, all the things that, someone can easily use to tear me down. No, like that is a part of me, and that's a part of my magic, and that is what I'm thinking about when I'm looking at dignity, and that's how I want to continue to grow in this next year. And the last word, y'all, is laughter. And it's interesting because, again, this was on this year's vision board, which, for me, I'm like, what's laughable about 2020, But again, going back to laughing without fear of the future. And with me, when I look at this word, there's a sense of peace in this word. When you're laughing, you're so present in the moment, and you have joy in that moment. You're laughing, or sometimes you're laughing so you're trying to keep yourself from crying. But with laughter, there comes this sense of contentment and this sense of peace. And when I'm laughing, I'm not thinking about laughing. I'm so present. Like I said before, laughter really forces me to look at being over doing. And so there's just this sense of release when it comes to laughter. And that's something that I want to continue to cultivate and bring into 2021. And so when I look at 2021, y'all, I want to continue to clothe myself with these qualities. I want to bear them. I want to wear them. And I just want to continue to let them outpour from me. So strength, dignity, and laughter. Okay, friends, so as you can see, it was definitely a process, like painting and adding the watercolors and then drawing them out and then cutting them. So I mean, I really like it. I like to put on some worship music and just like have some quality time. And it's just like my favorite thing to do. So I'm just going to put these letters spaced out. I'm going to white out this part and the vision board part, but I just want to get a feel for the letters and how much space they take up and figure out where I want to place them. And make sure I'm spelling everything correctly. That's also a real thing, because I totally would misspell something. So who would have thought that the lettering and figuring out where to place the letters would have been harder than cutting them out? I am trying to figure out where I want them to go based off the pictures. However, I do know that I feel like I want laughter on one page, just because I do know that that is technically my word for 2021. So I think if I can get laughter in the middle like I had strength, and then keep dignity how it is just on the other side, I'll be good. Okay, so I think this is how I'm going to like it set up, and then put pictures between here, here, and here, and here. I just realized though, before I should have done this, I'm going to wipe this out and play around. I want to see if I want to border the stickers before I add my letters, and I want to make sure I pick the right sticker palette to go with these letters. So I'm definitely thinking it was between these, which I use a lot, which are really fun, and I like that it says this is the good life and the and. I really like that and, but I think I'm gonna go with these just because it's gold foiling and I just really like those. So we're just gonna go with this sheet. So I'm gonna take these letters off again and white this out, add some stickers how I want them randomly. I'm gonna maybe save these. I think, yeah, these are totally going on there too. It's gonna be a mosh posh of stuff. So I'm gonna definitely keep those. But yeah, okay, so got a game plan. Okay, you guys, so I know I am doing the most with the watercoloring and the photos and the stickers, but y'all, for me, it's personal, and again, it is what you make it. So there's no I don't have any plans for how I want to use these stickers. I literally just cut and place them and just go with how it goes. The one thing I love about adding flowers, particularly to my vision board, and I realized I did this last year, is that I don't know, with flowers, it's like this sense of growth, and seeing it start off from a spud and grow into this beautiful flower. It's this sense of, again, this blooming and becoming and growth all throughout the year. So I don't know, I just kind of like adding it to my vision boards. I realized I did it again. I did it last year and I'm doing it again. I think I just have this way that I've gotten into how I want my vision boards to be and what I want them to mean. Let me know in the comments below, what are your plans for your vision board? Do you do vision boards? What's your thought process, your game plan? Do you have a particular way that you like to do your vision board? Do you like setting your vision board from the places that you want to go, the things you want to do? Are you a magazine cutter? Are you a word person? I think the cool thing about a vision board is that, yeah, it's visual, but it's visual in different ways for all of us. So definitely let me know all of that in the comments. I definitely want to know. So comment below letting me know. How many times can I say let me know? Okay, you guys, I have it all outlined. Now we just have to adhesive everything, and then I also want to play around with these hearts and where I want to put them at. But I have my words. This is how I want the vision to be, of having a year of dignity, in the things that I do, strength, laughter, and I already talked about that. But this is the outline. I really, really like it. Oh my gosh. I've been in heaven a little bit, just listening to some of my favorite songs and music and cutting and watercoloring. This is such a wonderful process for me. But I think I want to, do I want to play around with where I want to place these hearts? I don't want to, I want to make sure I put them in the right places because I really just like them. They add like this, I don't know, like another layer of fun and aesthetics. I don't know. So this sticker I tried to pull off, but it didn't want to come off for me. So I'm just going to put this one on top, and then I might just put like a heart on top of it. Yeah. I was also wondering if I wanted to put flowers on top of the, like how I'm doing with the hearts, if I wanted to do that with some of the flowers, and I might do that as well. This one technically can have its own space. I had to, let me think, what picture? I didn't have this picture and this picture printed and this one, so I had, well, I had that one printed. I had to go add these, and that one was just that's literally how I brought in 2020, watching cartoons with two of my really close friends. We had just had a New Year's Eve party when we could have parties, and they ended up spending the night. We had like this sleepover, and it was like such a fun thing, and I loved it. So I added that because, yeah. Okay, so this is, so now let's get the adhesiving. Okay, we're gonna get the adhesiving going, and then I'll come back. Okay, like I said earlier, it doesn't matter which step you start on when it comes to the Makselife goal setting system, honestly, as long as you start. And I think that's the cool part about the system, is that you don't need to do A, B, or C to get what you desire. It's kind of just take action and then reflect afterwards, which I think is really cool. And so I did the vision board first last year, and I did it again this year, and it's just how I am. I think I'm definitely a big picture person, and then I work out the details later. Maybe you're a detailed person, and then from the details you make your picture. Again, it just depends. Comment below, I'm kind of curious. Let me know, what kind of person are you? Do you need to set your goals and then make your vision board, or do you like to kind of be like me and do your vision board and then do your goals from there? The one benefit is that I can constantly think about, how do I want dignity and strength and laughter to look like those different areas of my life, my personal, my family, my spiritual growth, all these things. How can I incorporate them into my goals? Okay, friends, so I'm torn between if I want to add these hearts or if I just want to use the rest of these flowers in the white space. It's a hard decision. I don't know. I think I might save these. I might just save them and keep them for maybe my intentions page, because they're really cute and I know I want to use them. But I think I'm going to save them. I think I'm just going to use these flowers for the different white space. You guys, I just found, okay, I found the photos that I'm missing. I'm so glad I seen these. Okay, I'm going to cut these and figure out where to place them, because I already stuck these down. I felt like I was missing something, and it's like the most important people in my life, my husband and my brother-in-law. So I need to make sure they go on here. So I'm gonna cut them out, and I forgot that someone had told me, thank goodness. I'm so grateful for YouTube comments, because y'all let me know when someone had told me that, Darian, you don't have to adhesive the back of this because this is actually sticker paper. So like my hands are completely like messy from like the paint and the coloring, but this is all adhesive, so I don't have to like worry about it. So I'm trying to figure out, where do I want to put them now that I kind of laid all the other photos. This is why you should definitely double check before you go gluing anything. I knew I was missing something. Okay, so let's put, oh my goodness, I can't believe I did this. Okay, we're gonna put that right there. And then this photo of all of us, I would love to put it in this space, but I might have to, please don't rip up the paper. Please don't rip up the paper. Oh, yes. That actually came off really, really well. So what if I do that one right there and this one right here? Yeah. And then we're going to put this one over here. Do we want to go right here or right here? Where do we want to go? I kind of like this space right here for more flowers. So I think I'm going to put this one right here. Ugh, listen, this zinc paper has came to the rescue. And it's nice to know that I can probably pull these up and add more photos if I wanted to, but I think I'm pretty set on these photos. I really like these photos. And I like that they're black and white. Okay, so let's add some more of these flower stickers and then I think we'll be all done. Oh my goodness. I know a vision board is definitely supposed to be about where you're going. However, I feel like you don't know where you're going if you don't know where you're coming from either. And so that is my whole purpose in my vision board, is to remind myself that it's not just about the destination, but it's about the journey, and to remember where I have come from, and that it is honestly the people that I've been doing life with and the experiences that I've had in the past that are going to continue to push me forward, and I'm just so grateful for that. And so that is why I vision board the way that I do. Thank you so much for watching this video, fam. It literally means so much to me. If you found this video helpful, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you are not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you are, make sure you hit that bell notification so you can be notified when I do post videos or when we have guests on for planning together. This is such an amazing community, and I want you all to know I am so grateful for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you around. Keep planning. Bye.